Hello, Brad. Please say hi to our viewers who are Portal Gamers fans, waiting for the release of Dead by Daylight. Your new.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's good to see you again. It's been a while.
So please have a few words about you, about the company, just a few words for the both fans who weren't with us from the beginning. Yes, for the Pixel Tactics, etc. So
Yeah. I mean, we've been working with Portal a long time, and it's been a lot of fun. Every time that we get a chance to work with y'all, it's a great experience for me. But to introduce myself and getting ahead of myself, I'm Brad Talton, the owner of Level 99 Games. We're a company based in the United States, in the state of New Mexico, and we produce board games and card games for a video game generation. So we are building games that are based on some of the best ideas in video games and some of the best brands in video games. We have a lot of original properties that we do, but we also have a lot of great games that are working with video game brands. And Dead by Daylight is our latest, and we're very excited about it. It's been a lot of fun to work on, and this game actually began about 2 years ago, if you could believe. I've got my notes here in front of me, and they're dated at May 2nd, 2021. That was when we started talking about building this game.
So let me interrupt you for a second. So, I mean, what was first? This somebody came up to you and asked you, would you like to do this game for us? Because you, obviously, yes, you have experience with doing the IPs, the video, how to say it, like translation from the video game to board game, or was it you? I mean, what was the original? How did this origin happen?
Well, we started playing the game in the office, right? We started playing Dead by Dead, the video game, in the office. A bunch of our team members were playing it, and I got a chance to play it. And I said, this would make a great board game. So I just started designing a board game that was Dead by Daylight, the board game. And I didn't know if it would actually be Dead by Daylight, the board game, or if it would be some new original property, or if it would just go nowhere. But we started playing this design in the office and enjoying it. And it came to like, well, why don't we just approach behavior about it and see? So we emailed them. We said, hey, this is what we do. This is who we are. We've been at it about 10 years. Can we work with your brand and make an official board game? And the response was, actually, we've been looking for an official board game. So yeah, let's do it. And and so it all kind of came from there. The original concept we pitched was cooperative murder battleship, and it was very much like a guess and check type of game. You had this big open grid map, and the survivors were moving around hidden. They were obscured from the killer's view, and the killer then would check certain areas of the board, and if they found a survivor, they could wound them, and if they found them again, they would hook them. That was the kind of the idea of the game. And it got, we did that for a lot of versions. And actually, this was still mainly part of the end. The end game is still very much genetically related to this, because the idea is not that we know where we are on the board. The position of your pieces on the board is really where you were last turn.
Yep.
At the time when the killer is selecting their move, they don't know where the survivors are. They only know where the survivors were last turn. And that's where we create that same kind of hidden movement, except that we're not pulling the pieces off the board and physically hiding them. We're just hiding our intentions now. So we ended up getting that same kind of secret positioning mechanism without doing a lot of piece manipulation. It creates a smoother experience. And one that's more intuitive to the players.
I definitely agree, and yeah, it's very interesting that you came up from this totally. I've seen it in some board games, like hidden movement, like totally hidden, like so no knowledge at all, and came up with like brilliant solution, which I will have to say is everything seems very easy, very transparent, but at the same time you still have that feeling, yes. So trying to guess where exactly your opponent is going and how to cooperate with your with the other survivors. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But like when you're saying it's like two sentences that like from here to here and it's done. Yes, but you're saying that you were working for 2 years, so it's
Yeah.
bit easy.
It's not that easy, and it took us. I think that the game that we published was eventually version 8 or 9 of that game. Looking through my old notes, we did a lot of iterations and a lot of changes trying to get the map right. Some of the early maps had like 30 or 40 spaces on them. And so the killers would check whole areas of the board that they could see, right, with their line of sight, or they would walk through and traverse like 5 or 6 spaces in a turn. And the survivors were making notes on hidden notepads. There was a lot of things. And so I think the biggest challenge of this game was getting this high concept mechanic of hidden movement into a package that would be a game that fans of the video game could enjoy, right? That you could play with gamers and non-gamers alike in that mixed company. That's really what we were striving for, was that this could be somebody's gateway game. And I think that the team really did a great job bringing it to life in that sense. It's a very accessible game, but it's also got a lot of depth and a lot of replayability. And we're really proud of the job that everybody did on this.
I have to say that, in my opinion, when we presented the game to various people around the company, but also outside the company, when we are discussing should we publish it or not, I was really amazed when some of the gamers, which I know that their taste, like Euro games, etc., will say, okay, let's try it with them. Let's take their opinion with a grain of salt, but let's see. And in most cases, they really enjoyed it or even loved it. So it it is a game for me. I mean, I personally, I know Dead by Daylight, and I never played the original video game. Yes, I'm more like a solo player, at least for
Yeah,
years.
no, I understand it.
But this game, as a gamer, as a board gamer, I really enjoy. I mean, and also my friends, but as well the fans of the video game. So yes, I mean, we are really hoping that right now, like both sides of the spectrum, so video gamers and gamers, we really enjoy it, because for me especially it's very unique title which presents what's the best in the idea behind the video game and translates it into the board game, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased, of course, but it's
no, this is the key. This is really the key to when you're creating an adaptation, really moving this game from one medium into another, is striking the right balance of fidelity to the source material with the building upon the strengths and avoiding weaknesses of your medium. And board games and video games are very different platforms, and you have a lot of differences that you need to account for. There were so many things that we tried to, like in some versions we had player elimination. In some versions, some of the survivors could escape and others couldn't. We tried out a lot of different things, and in the end, we had to, we had to make certain adaptations to the source material in order to create the best game. And that's really what Behavior was on board with us through the whole way. They said, we trust you to make the best board game. And that's what we want the best Dead by Daylight board game, not the best Dead by Daylight adaptation. We're not trying to copy our game into a new medium. We want you to adapt it and create the experience in this new medium. I think that's the key thing, is that we're capturing experience, not emulating play. So
that's, yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I think designers should strive for, and at least for me and for our gamers in our company, the Dead by Daylight does it tremendously well. I assuming that will be a success. I mean, we are hoping for that. Do you have any plans for so this is like one shot? I mean, obviously it was like universe telling you do the Dead by Daylight, but do you have anything more, some hidden, and the other ideas which are maybe somewhere hidden in this notebook of yours, or?
Oh, well, this
if you can, of course,
this notebook goes from February of 21 to August of 21. So This is about 6 months of designs in here. There's a lot of games. There's more games than I can ever make. But we do have some really exciting stuff coming up. And unfortunately, the nature of licenses is that I can't tell you about it, you know?
Okay.
But we do have a lot of cool first party games coming up as well that I'm quite excited about. And I hope to be sharing more of those with you soon. So yeah, keep tuned and we'll have more news in the future.
And I know that our fans who always like fancy stuff, etc., and already were asking about some cool stuff from the Kickstarter campaign, but they like, do you have any? I mean, I know that cannot be anything certain, but do you have any plans or expansions or somehow to make it available? Is it something in the discussion or not possible and just enjoy this beauty in the box?
I think at this point, I have to tell you to just enjoy it. I can't speak about any future releases related to this line.
I get it.
But we appreciate that fans are excited, and that excitement often translates into action. So, tell us how you feel, tell us what you want, and that helps us to move these lines forward. So your voice matters.
Like in this business, if you like the game, if you buy the game, if you talk about the game, don't worry. Designer, publishers know about it and want to do something for you. It's just like this.
Yeah, when you're engaging with the game and you're talking about it and you're posting about it and you are getting excited about it, that matters. That's what makes the difference, about whether, what we get to do in the future and what games we get to approach in the future. So that's why I say, engage with the publishers, talk with us, talk with the designers, talk with, talk about what you want to see, because that's where we go to find our ideas. We want to know what you want to see.
We'll make sure that any good words from the Polish gamers who will try this game, check it, try to seek the survivors or hide the seek for the killer, give their opinions, and we send it to you. Hopefully, will be great. So it was great having you. Thank you for your time, and I hope we'll be seeing each other for the next release, maybe in the future.
Yeah, let's get together again soon. Thank you, Greg. And thanks to everyone at Portal and to everyone in Poland who's trying out the game. We really appreciate you. All right. Well, happy gaming.
Thank you.